UI Goku versus Beast Gohan. No, this isn't fan made. This is real. Let's talk about it. DotoDoya.
No, we got us a good one finally.
Some meat on the bones today, Dotto. This is real. I can't believe this.
Normally, Nano, I'm not gonna lie, this title would be under a complete lie of a YouTube video. This is a type of stuff I title my Budokai Tenkaichi 4 like modded videos, bro. But this is real. This is official.
It's real. It's official. Today we are talking, of course, UI versus Beast. It actually happens, but there's even so much more to go over in this chapter. And Dotto, what could be next? We're wrapping up this little superhero. I say little, it's definitely not a little superhero arc, but we're wrapping up the super arc, and we're beginning to build towards something new. Dotto, I wanted to let you know, by the way, fun little fact here.
Fun fact.
Did you know that your most recent device pickup is about to get a lot more options available to you?
What?
And I'm
what are you talking about?
Your PSVR 2.
Oh, I thought you, bro, for a second, I thought you were bringing in the first ever sponsorship for Key Moments. I was about to be shocked.
Not yet. Listen,
bro,
when you guys hear that,
did you know
sponsor,
that your favorite mobile
game?
Did you know your favorite mobile game is about to get a whole lot more expansive? I was like, whoa, wait, what? But yeah, they're adding the PC support, aren't they?
PC support to PSVR 2. This is huge, dude.
Hey, I mean, it works out for me. I just happened to pick it up to try out some PlayStation VR games, and well, look what showed up at my door.
Dude, I made a joke. I didn't make a joke. I want to play Among Us just for like the one time, because I think that game would be fun. And like I said that to Diddy because then he's got a VR headset, and he's like, "Is this a bit right now?" I'm like, "Bro, for the one time, yeah."
I do think it's honestly, Nano, I don't even get it being like a bit. People forget that that game started out as genuinely fun, man. In VR, it's going to be probably even more fun.
I agree, which is why we got to make a video or at least a stream over this. I feel like for the one.
Yeah, I mean, it would be. I'm down, especially with the VR element added in. I feel like the bits you could do is. I mean, there's too many not to go for it.
Yeah, no, I'm actually just generally just excited to try it out. Anyways, guys, dude, I love that Broly's here, by the way. Can we just talk about Broly being a character that's just actively here? It's so cool.
I was gonna say there's so much to this chapter that UI Goku versus Beast might not even be. It's not even my favorite part of the chapter, I think. And yeah, one of my favorite parts was just Broly being a side character, because just his reaction to the fights and him like, it's nice to have a new set of eyes, I guess. Like somebody new to the main cast. We were talking about how Broly's just a nice addition anyway, but him like, whoa, they can do that, or damn, people are kind of crazy. I'm slacking.
Let's just dive into it. Let's just dive immediately into that section. So, I love that he's like, wait a sec, who are they? And then they've got Saiyan blood flowing through their veins. Like, it's just cool having them be introduced to Broly. I don't know. It's just so neat having, like you said, I think the best way you put it was having a new set of eyes. But then when they go Super Saiyan and he's like, wait.
Damn, everybody can do that?
They can all transform into Super Saiyans at will. Most of the Saiyans on Earth can, yes. Like, what?
He's just jealous. Bro is jealous because Bro cannot fucking manage that. He's missing that stage of his training.
Yeah, because dude, and that's the thing. That's what's so exciting about where we could go next with this. Like having 3 Saiyans in the fray, Dotto, is just pure-blooded Saiyans in the fray is just so cool to me. Like it is like,
yeah, this man, there really is so much in this chapter to talk about. Stuff that, as a modern day fan of Dragon Ball, you probably wouldn't even think about. But this chapter has to work overtime to like, I don't know, like canonize everything or make it official in the story, which I'm going to jump around then because I got to jump around to this point.
Let's go.
Them calling, like when Gohan goes into Ultimate Gohan and they were like, oh, you're like, I think Trunks said, he's like, hey, no fair, your ultimate form. And Gohan's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking, ultimate form? And he's like, yeah, that's what we decided to call it. Bro, Goten and Trunks are literally us. Because like they've never officially called that form anything, right?
Yeah, and
he never named it.
It's not very catchy. And then Goten goes, "What do you mean? It's an awesome name." I love Ultimate, by the way.
I do too. I think the only thing that could have made that bit better is if Gohan was like, "Well, Ultimate, really? I was hoping for like Mystic or something." It's just like,
wait.
That would have been a banger fucking joke. Like I would have popped off for that. Like, you don't think Mystic would have sounded better? It's like, nah, Ultimate. And I'm like, all right. But Goten and Trunks were awesome. I will say though, I don't know if I kind of wanted to save this for the biggest downside, Dan. I saw you bring it up on your screen. But behind the scenes, we got the pages up just in case we got to reference anything. But this chapter, the highest of highs, the lows of lows, it was the best of times, the worst of times. When they say, all right, we got to bust out Fusion, because they're fighting, they're warming up with Gohan, and they say, yeah, we've practiced a lot. There's no more mess ups for us. And then they immediately mess it up and go back into Fat Gotenks. How many times are we going to do this bit?
Yeah.
How many times? And when am I going to get to see teenage Gotenks, bro? I was depressed, bro. I don't know what substance I was going to turn to, but I was going to abuse a substance, bro. Because I just can't take it anymore, man. I can't take it anymore.
I don't understand why we had to retread this since we just did it.
It was just in Superhero, man. Like with Superhero, it still pissed me off. Because I'm like, all right, sure, I get it. You wanted to be funny, sure.
Fun fact, by the way, on the hit anime mobile game Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, they actually gave us a adult Gotenks as a superhero login reward that you can't even get anymore, by the way.
Yeah,
he looks good. He looks good. I just wish they'd give it to us officially.
The hero's art looks awesome. I'm glad he made it into a something. But yeah, this is the lowest light of the chapter for me. I have no idea why they wanted to do this bit again, other than they didn't want to power scale Gotenks, I guess, is the only reason they didn't want to do this.
Surely they're going to eventually. By the way, I sent you in case you had never seen it before and you want to take a look at it. They look cool.
Yeah, one day that's going to be real.
I would presume that, they wanted to keep the after giving us a really meaty fight, honestly, of Goten and Trunks versus Gohan, they probably wanted to keep it something they can pull out later, / also, like you just said, they don't want to necessarily reveal where their total strength is in the current place.
I'm not even joking though. I would have rather Goku stop them from fusing and just say I kind of want to fight him now, than all this does is make them look incompetent again. They were just showing us the cool side of Goten and Trunks. I was like, damn, I wasn't ready for it to end, I guess, is basically my thing. I was like, oh, come on, man. Back to Fat Gotenks. But yeah, their fight with Gohan was really cool. And the ultimate name drop and confirmation, I don't know. This whole chapter feels very rewarding as a Dragon Ball fan.
Yes. Oh, dude. Yeah. Are you kidding me? This was we always talk about very Z, because there's a difference between Dragon Ball and Z. This felt very Z, right? This felt very, I don't know. This was really good. Maybe one day in 2033, we'll get to see it animated,
Oh man. Oh, who could wait, bro? I'm already gassed up.
The official confirmation of the form. Dotto. Speaking of things that are gassed up, you guys can check out bonus content like our reactions to Dragon Ball Z, a bonus episode that we recorded just for this and more by clicking the link to check out Patreon. You can save a couple bucks on the membership, or if you just want ease of access, it's a little bit more, but here available on YouTube. You can just click the join button. If you're on iOS, it's not there, so you got to do it on your desktop, or if you're on Android, it should be there. Plenty of ways to figure it out. Anyways, become key members, support the channel, help us pay our editor, and get a ton of just bonus content we put out exclusively and early access for key members. We're ahead right now. For those of you that are Z rewatch heads, we are ahead, and there are episodes that are available that you get early access to and you can't see publicly yet, and it's over there. You can see it. You can hear it.
We're ahead by a good bit too. We're ahead by a good bit. Not to gas us up too much, but we are ahead by a good bit with plans to get even more ahead.
Exactly. So thank you guys for supporting us. For those of you that are community members, thank you for supporting us and going the extra mile. Also, Dotto, I don't know if you've seen it, and this will be the last thing so I don't just sit here and talk about this forever, but Toasty edited my reactions to the Shibuya arc of JJK very well. And it's sick. So
we got a ton up there.
I did it's like an hour-long video of just because there's so much to react to in that, dude. There's so much stuff. Again,
there's a lot of big moments. Yeah,
I'm not a manga reader, so I didn't know. So it's just pure raw reactions to so many big moments. And we got that. I recorded that for hours and hours and hours of footage, and Toasty cut it down to this hour-long experience to see me react to tons of stuff on JJK. So all that available as bonus content. Dotto. Next up, actually, let's go. I'm going to take it one step back. I feel like we didn't talk enough on this. So Broly, obviously seeing these two go into Super Saiyan, and like his current like struggle is that he needs to manage his anger essentially, so like he can go Super Saiyan without trying to blow a planet up.
Yeah, going insane. Yeah.
Speaking of rewarding chapters, when we get to a point which I feel like they'll probably will save. Do you think they let him go Super Saiyan on this planet, or do you think that's like a penultimate moment, like they need Broly to level up?
I mean, they might let him like actually warm up on this planet one time, but I would rather it be like a rewarding in a battle moment, or at least like against a henchman or something.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they will do with Gotenks as well, right? Like they'll let them go full on Gotenks, like in a ultimate moment.
I guess I've kind of been I've been a doomer mindset on Gotenks because we know in Daima they're back to literally being babies. Yeah. But I guess you're kind of right. The current treatment of them, especially letting them come to this planet and fight up until they go fat Gotenks again, has been pretty good. They might actually get a role in this upcoming. I didn't even think about that, but I do hope that they actually get to have a really good fight. Man, it's kind of crazy to think about because this chapter alone felt rewarding, but if we get an arc where Broly goes Super Saiyan, Gotenks has a successful fusion in an actual fight, mixed with like Gohan and Goku teaming up with Vegeta on the side, like we could be on the cusp of the greatest arc of all time. Like I there's no other way to put it without getting too ahead of ourselves, but all the characters are in place right now for the greatest team up chapter of all time.
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, I can't believe that we got Goku v Gohan again. I guess we're all over the place, but who cares? Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this episode. If you are on YouTube, hit that like button. If you're on Spotify and the other podcast services, leave us a rating. It helps us out a ton. And subscribe on the YouTube. Why not? So we're there in your stuff feed. But let's just talk about it, right? We've not seen Goku v Gohan. We got it during TOP, but I feel like this is building to obviously it already is done more, right? Like having them go all out and just like not have this like phased fight where we're going to go through Super Saiyan to Ultimate and Super Saiyan 2 and all that stuff, like straight up just final form type stuff, which there's a lot to talk about there too. We haven't really had something this level since really like what, Cell Saga?
Yeah, probably. Because I'm not gonna lie, like the Gohan versus Goku in Super stuff, it felt like it didn't feel like a big thing in that show to me. It was kind of like extra, and Gohan looked ugly the whole time.
I was really just referencing that so people didn't think like we just like,
that was just a fan check.
I'm aware that happened, but I feel like this kind of like stuff has not happened realistically since they were training for Cell. Like that's honestly it, right? Like I mean, he was Goku really there for much of his training on Supreme Kai's planet before when he
no, I don't think so. He was just there for like
the end,
a little bit of it, yeah, just like bits and pieces, nothing super cool. Just like they waved the Z sword around together and it was more them taking turns. It was nothing like this. Nothing like one-on-one.
I don't know how to say this, but when he first transformed to UI, I was like, is that UI or is that God?
Damn, couldn't read the art style, man.
And then
couldn't keep up with the manga.
I was like, oh, okay. I mean, again, as a newbie to the manga stuff, you can't tell me when you look at that, it doesn't look kind of like God there for a second.
It actually does.
It's this specifically that has like a God aesthetic. So it was a very not. I mean, if I would have stood there and looked at it a little more, I've been like, okay, UI. But it did. I was like at first because to me, And again, that's why this chapter does do things I didn't expect it to do. I thought, because I wasn't fully spoiled on everything that happened. I saw like that one panel that everyone like tweeted out, this panel right here where they're like rushing towards the camera essentially. But I thought maybe it built up to that, right? So to me, like it made sense for him to go God first to then maybe like measure, like maybe he'll have Gohan go Beast and then he'll go God and see, and like he'll go up, right? Because we always like to go up in phases, sort of. So I thought maybe that's what was going to happen. So to me, that's why when I immediately saw that, I was like, okay, we're doing God first. And then Beerus is like, oh, so wait, Ultra Instinct is his best trick. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're just going full out. We're really doing this. Like this is really happening.
I think another thing to bring up while we're here, and you just mentioned the Beerus thing, is this is another very Z element of this chapter. Because a lot of people in the recent, I mean, I can't really remember, but Goku, I think it was the gas stuff. I can't really remember. It's been so long because of the superhero stuff. But Goku had a form like where he could control Ultra Instinct and then he could talk more. So this is like a Z like power scaling moment where Beerus is like saying, oh, Ultra Instinct is the best he has, like the white hair version. And we saying, yeah, it seems so. This is actually a confirmation to some fans because some people weren't sure if like it was back to being the Omen hairstyle, like the black hair.
Oh.
Because he did specifically go into that form to try and get some benefits out of it. But now they're confirming that no, silver hair is still the way to go.
Can we have a sidebar?
So even this felt good. Yeah, go ahead.
Which one do you like better, Cyan or Mastered? People always hate when you say Mastered because like technically the name is Ultra Instinct, but when you're talking about it, it's just so much easier to determine them. Do you like Cyan or Mastered better?
I think I like it. It sucks because I think the silver hair for me, like Mastered Ultra Instinct, just hits better because I know it's like the strongest form. But just aesthetically, I don't think anything's beating in the Tournament of Power where he just has the black hair.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
That, and then like the that UI aura they give it in the show, it just hits so good. Especially when he only has the blue shirt on. Then it's like, all right, dude. Like now we're kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Cyan a smidge more than Master. Don't get me wrong though. I'm also with you. I do know it's the strongest form currently, and like the silver do be popping. You know what I mean? Like
it hit. Like I guess all of that goes to say like it does hit. Like just because I like Omen more doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to see the silver come out. So I think they did it the right way, but I will say Omen does take number one. I think for me.
Yeah. No. I'm with you on that. Okay. So. We jumped around a little bit here. By the way, I just want to say, in case you guys aren't aware, they put these chapters up for free. So you can go to Viz. If you are just like a podcast listener and you're like, man, I really want to, read this, which I mean, I know you can find it in many other ways, but it is literally available on Viz's site for free or in the app for free for like 3 months. I think they keep the three most recent chapters up. So if you guys want to tap in while you listen to us talk about it, or just so you're aware of what all we're talking about. One thing here that I don't necessarily want to just like gloss over is that Carmine and Soldier 15, I swear to God, dude, how are they still involved in the story?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was cool that like Trunks kind of works them into the story as like they're recording like Trunks and Goten. So I thought that part was cool. I don't know why it mattered to me that it was being recorded. I was just like, well, it's nice that this fight's being like taken down. But honestly, I think this is coming from a place of hate before I say this, because the superhero stuff got so fucking old. But I'm just so tired of seeing this fucking big-haired freak. And like they even make another bit of it, like it's hard to duck with your big hair, sir. It's like,
dude, your big pompadour or whatever. Yeah,
I'm just so tired of that character, man. But I think that's coming from a place of hate. I'm not gonna lie. Like the superhero stuff, it's old. It's old. I'm tired of seeing him. I want him out of the story, even though it wasn't that bad. The recording stuff was funny.
The recording stuff was the one solid thing. So when I was reading this, and we're taking a look at it here, and Goku goes, "I have a seat. I can transport everyone at once." And he, Goten and Trunks say, I'm like, whoa, wait, what? I reread that because I was like, no way is this bro about to instant transmission Carmine and this Soldier 15 onto Beerus's planet. Please tell me that's not what's happening. And sure enough, he brings Carmine and Soldier 15 to Beerus's planet. And I'm like, why? I didn't even, again, as a new manga reader, right? Like, I didn't read this stuff because I was always I was like, Super's going to come back and I'm going to experience it through the anime and I'm not going to spoil myself on the manga. But by God, Toei said, no, we're doing a 40th anniversary and you're going to watch everyone turn into kids instead. So I said, screw it. I'm going to finally read it. So I haven't been experiencing this, but even as someone who hasn't, I'm like, why is he still involved in the story? Like, let's just move on.
Bro, please. I can't believe that he got to Beerus's planet at the same time as Goten and Trunks. Like, it makes it hit less, honestly. Like, Goten and Trunks being on this planet is honestly a pop-off moment for me. But the fact that Carmine and fucking Soldier Number random whoever gives a fuck, it's like, bro, what are you guys doing here? Like,
bro knew the number because I've said it like 3 times and he wanted to disrespect him. I love it.
I just want to disrespect him, bro. I can't give him any respect.
That's true hatred, bro. You're done. You're done.
I am. I'm over these guys, man. It's whatever. But I guess this is their best chapter. If I have to not be a hater, this is probably
not the chapter
best.
that was titled after them when we saw
Absolutely
Beast?
not. Absolutely
Again?
not. No, absolutely not. Honestly, that was at their worst. I can't even believe that they were titled after.
Remember the cool panel with the red pizza and all that, and we were like, man, is this Red Ribbon Army?
Yeah,
pizza?
that was really cool, man.
That was a cool panel,
just, yeah, I wish they were written out of the story and never talked about again. But this was their best outing. And also, this is another random thing. It was funny watching them make Gohan go back inside the change. I was like, damn, they really did not want to draw him out of his gi anymore. But I was like, all right. Another thing I really like, since we're just on this page now, is the beginning after they all teleport in there. I liked just the dialogue between the characters, like Vegeta calling Trunks out. It was like, hey, how'd you do in the fight? Like, hey, you do good? Like, yeah. I thought all the Vegeta and Trunks stuff was really good as well.
That was good. I liked right here in this panel where Goku goes, so what's this form of yours, like Super Saiyan 2 or 3? And he straight up is just like, it's Beast. And then he also tells him, so this way everyone can be on the same page, about Piccolo. He got an awesome new form as well. I thought that was pretty cool.
It made me a little sad, actually. I was like, damn, I kind of wanted to see Orange Piccolo versus Goku. Like, that would have been sick. But
I don't know that we're going to get that necessarily, but I would say they're definitely setting up so that, dude, imagine we really are just back. Like, everyone's fighting together. Piccolo's there and he's like actually relevant. Like, I think
it would be so cool, man.
I think this is with superhero. And now, I think a lot of people, when things first came out and people were saying like the power scalers were saying like Orange and Beast might genuinely be on level with Goku and Vegeta now. And I think people were semi mad about that. I don't really know why, because as you and I have talked about many times on this podcast, having a cast of characters that ultimately is only ever reliant on Goku and Vegeta, like, everyone's irrelevant except for Goku and Vegeta, basically, right? So
yeah, I hated that.
Bringing back and having Gohan have this new form, as pull or not, I don't really care, because I just like that we now have more characters we can rely on as we progress through the story. Like, I love that we just basically brought everyone back up, right? And presumably Trunks and Goten here keeping up with a Super Saiyan Gohan, non-fused, was really cool. Like, that fight was really cool. So them in an actual perfect fusion is probably a very, very strong being, right? I mean, we'll have to wait to find out. But
and wait, we will. And wait, we will.
So I think that's cool. I don't know. I ass pull, but I think it's cool. I
completely agree. It was just nice seeing anybody else on the page, dude. Like, Goten and Trunks fighting, that's sick. It's cool just seeing different characters and how, like, other characters, and again, this might play into the fact that we just redid all of Superhero. Can't say that enough. But just seeing, like, Goku and Vegeta react to new information, it's like everything feels very fresh right now. All the characters seem to be getting more involved. Like, another big thing is, like, when they transform and go into it, like Vegeta's raw reaction to the Beast form, I was like, damn, this is sick. I was like, finally, something is happening.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, dude.
I liked this panel here too, where by the way, I liked where it was heading. Like, at first I thought we were going to immediately get into it, and then it's like, whoa, whoa. Why not pit Gohan against these two whelps first? He says whelps, Dotto. Left side.
He did. Whelp's left side.
Even side.
Watch the fucking mystic form, dude.
And so getting to see them fight was really cool. I guess now that you mentioned the beast portion, let's just go to that. So obviously we had the confirmation last chapter that he could do it, but I really liked just this combination of panels essentially, and showing him do like sort of the breathe in, almost like a UI thing a little bit, right?
Yeah, they did make the transformation more UI, like again, him tilting his head back. This was a good page. They kind of killed this one.
Yes, and then he did the strike through face again, and then boom, he goes into Beast. Did you see where people were speculating that Beast was just Gohan's own Ultra Instinct, because they were like speculating like the pupils and stuff, and it's like, let's calm down.
I did see, I don't know if I saw that specifically, but I did see people talk about pupils a lot on Dragon Ball Twitter. It was like no pupil's strongest form, pupils no. Honestly, I can't even remember which way it went, but I saw a lot of pupil discussion. I was like, man, I gotta tap back out, bro. I have no idea what's happening.
I think that was probably because people really were. There was huge speculation over this panel we're looking at. I believe I want to say it was, but anyways, basically a lot of people thought that Beast was essentially ultra instinct or something like that, and I was just like, whoa, where are we going, bro? This is not. Plus I think you and I've also talked about this, and I you can chime in here too, but I like that everyone is having these like separate forms. Like I kind of like that don't get me wrong, I love the classic Super Saiyan, is really nice, but I like that, which Beast kind of does have like a UI aesthetic, but I like that everyone has like their own unique form. I don't know. I think that's really cool. So I would like him to have Ultra Instinct. I like that he's Beast and it's like different.
Yeah, no, I just like all the, I mean, I guess with Beast and UI, it doesn't really work out that much, but just like all the different color schemes going on just kind of hit. Like I just recently changed my wallpaper on my phone, or added a new one with just some Dragon Ball fan art, which I haven't done since, I don't know, it's been like years, but it was just like, damn, it was cool seeing all like the final forms of everybody. Goten and Trunks representing like the OG Super Saiyan. I was like, oh, we in a good place.
Wait, is this what you texted me?
Yeah. The picture I texted you is the art I use. I was like, damn, I was like, things just looking good now.
Wait, hang on. This is really cool, y'all. Look at this.
It's too sick.
Sorry, audio listeners, but if you do want to see it, you can tap in on the YouTube. I'm holding it up. That is really
it's
cool.
Just a compilation. It's like a little art piece of all the characters in their final form, like aesthetically. But yeah, it's nice to have all the characters involved, all of them getting their own unique forms. Now all we need, Nano, is to really push the Earthling agenda. We need some Earthling abilities unlocked.
Are you trying to bring Oob up here? Is this
or at least get Oob in here, bro? Like, can we at least get Oob in here?
What would you do if Krillin became like relevant again, like meta?
I'm down, bro. Krillin's, I mean, even, on our Z rewatch, bro has always been a little different from the rest. He's creating techniques. He's out here making moves. The world needs Krillin.
Is that the most recent public episode of the pod where he like went crazy with his I
think so.
Or has that come out yet?
I think that should be out.
I think that should be out. But dude, one of the most recent episodes we watched on Z, Krillin was sick, dude. I'm like, okay, Dotto, if this is why you're such a Krillin stan, then okay, I get it. Like, damn, that was
he's too sick. He needs to make like the galactic Destructo disc,
dude.
Once that feat happens and he cuts like reality, that's gonna be crazy.
Speaking of Destructo disc, what did you think about the final moment of this most recent DLC, and a particular you said a lot of people yoinked that Destructo disc from Krillin, and there was yet another person.
I commented on it. Like you're talking about the Kakarot DLC, the bonus secret DLC after the DLC, just for everybody out there.
If you guys aren't familiar,
a certain character yoinks Destructo disc. It just tries to claim it as their own. I'm like, all right, bro, this is wild, but yeah. Not surprising. Great technique used by just about every character now. Just all with different names.
Yes, but it's literally the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's wild. I think the plagiarism needs to stop. That's just a personal thing. But yeah, it still looked cool. I'm not gonna lie. The DLC, the secret DLC, was a hit.
Yeah, it was probably the best thing in that entire game. I can genuinely think I can say that. I think the only thing that rivals that moment is the moment that everyone always talks about, which is Super Vegeta versus Gohan. But they did just go crazy. Like the budget went to that. It went to like the Raku moment, some of the Kid Buu stuff, and then Majin Vegeta had a pretty good outing in this game. Beyond that, like that moment, this moment we're talking about with this new secret final DLC, this felt like the final DLC for Kakarot to me. Did it kind of feel like that to you?
I mean, it pretty much. Not only did it feel like it, I would be surprised if it's not, because it's literally like a goodbye kind of moment. It's like a thanks, and this is the end.
I wouldn't mind getting. A lot of people always talk about, Dragon Ball. What would they do with Dragon Ball Super and how would they handle all this and all that? I think there is more than enough content. Not even getting into all these chapters that we're talking about now. There's more than enough content from the beginning of Super, which granted they've already done Battle of Z, so I guess it would have to start because they did those as like the Z movies, but. It would have to start with U6 versus U7, but I still think there's more than enough content from U6 versus U7, and then you go all the way through to Superhero.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely. You could, I didn't even think about Superhero, but yes, you could easily make another Kakarot 2 with ease. I mean, it wouldn't even be hard, honestly. You got more than enough and then some for DLC if you had to bust it out.
But
DLC not even included.
That final image though, and I think it said like thank you or something on it or something like that. Like this really did feel like this might be, the final DLC of that game. Anyways,
yeah, I think they're done.
Anyways, that was just because we started about Krillin and Destructo Disc. Back to the actual chapter. So they actually do start fighting, and they give us a little taste, Otto, but. And actually, they give us a pretty good taste. Whis has to put up a barrier for everyone as they're watching, because obviously these two fighting at their peak like power could literally destroy this planet in probably like seconds. But on the final panel of them two talking to each other, Goku says, "Let's keep this up," and Gohan says, "Sure." And then Beerus says, "Quit wrecking my planet," and then "to be continued." Dotto. So this isn't even it.
I think they give us a pretty like they give us a decent bit of like the fight, and fights in manga are always going to be less entertaining than like the anime counterpart anyway. Yeah. But I'm hoping. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even see the Beerus saying "Stop wrecking my planet." I hope that that's like just him making a character thing. Because I hope that in the next chapter we actually get like, I guess a fight, but like more in tune with the fight, and maybe Vegeta talking about like what's going on, or Whis talking about like the intricacies of what's going on, or maybe just more analysis of the beast form, what it is. Because I don't know what you think is gonna happen next, Nano. I think this would be the perfect place to get a rundown on what Beast actually is, to not make it an ass ball. Like it will probably always be an ass ball, but this would be a great shot for Whis to be like, oh, it seems like he's tapped into this side of strength, and like maybe the Earthling mixture in him, and that
I was going to say this,
something like that.
Yeah,
just something that makes it a little less of an ass ball. I'm down for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm down for it just being an ass ball. I do not care. But if you were gonna write in some explanations, or at least just like power scale it, or talk about the weaknesses, the strengths, what he's able to do now, where they match up against each other. This next chapter is where you do that while also showing a bit of a fight.
Yeah, no,
that's what I want to say.
100% with you. I mean, even if it's just like Goku talking as like they're fighting or something too, like regardless, just someone giving us more depth into now a transformation that we've seen 3 times in the manga, which is also crazy.
He's spamming it, bro. Bro has a new move and he is spamming it.
Gohan doing basically nothing, and then all of a sudden he's like back in it. This is like, I can't even believe this is real, man. I don't know. This is especially when I got through watching Superhero, a year and a half ago now, coming up on close to 2 years this year. This is kind of crazy. I definitely felt like, especially with the way the movie ends and stuff, like we were probably going to be back to Gohan being Gohan, right? Like that kind of just, I don't know, man. I just didn't think we were going to be in a world where Gohan is like really relevant, like potentially going to go out on like an adventure. Like I'm hoping this is building to what we've already talked about in this episode, is like everyone is there for whatever's next, right? And so here we are, 2 chapters post, ending of Superhero essentially, and Gohan has went beast 2 more times. That is crazy, Dotto. Like,
yeah. Like, I mean, we talked about it in our last manga chapter podcast, but I was shocked that it was a form he could control. I really didn't think it was going to be that. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be like a rage only thing. So when he went beast because 2 guys essentially got on his property, I mean, I was fucking stunned. But now that he's just like going into it, he's fighting. I agree with you. I hope he goes out on an adventure. I know there might be some Gohan fans out there that are like, oh, but the character's always wanted to be like a studious guy that does his studies.
Chill.
I think we've talked about this, but yes, I understand that that's what the character said he wanted, but this is a story about fighting. This is a battle manga.
Yeah.
If he is not fighting, then he is not on screen, which means he doesn't exist to me. Like he just won't be in the story, Nano. If he does what he wants, then that means he won't be in the story, and I can't appreciate him. So I'd rather he go on an adventure. I'd rather he go fight. You know what? Fuck it. I just hope Black Frieza shows up next chapter. Why not? Why not let him run the hands real quick,
bro? Oh my gosh, dude!
And then Broly can like the henchman. That's when Cooler pops in. Broly goes Super Saiyan against Cooler, but Cooler pushes his buttons, and then he goes like super, like legendary Super Saiyan, loses control, and that's when Frieza has to fall back. Things are getting out of hand. Yeah, just some Super Z meathead stuff. That's what I'm hoping to see next chapter,
dude. Imagine a world where we are reading a chapter. This maybe is just a few podcasts, the Manga Monthly podcast here from now. Imagine a world where we are reading a chapter where Broly is fighting along the Z Warriors as a Super Saiyan, and they're fighting Frieza again in his new form, and Cooler really does show up, dude. What is life, bro?
No. Let me run a quick idea by you. Just now that we're in the theory craft, okay? So Frieza doesn't show up. That'd be too big of a threat. But Cooler shows up, sent by Frieza, to test out their abilities, just to see where Frieza's at. Okay, so follow me.
I'm
Cooler starts picking on Broly, who goes Super Saiyan just for a minute in the fight, manages to hold his composure, but then after a hit from Cooler, he loses it, goes Legendary Super Saiyan. Cooler's pleased, he can't beat Broly at that level, he falls back. But then that's when, the other 3 main guys, Vegeta, Gohan, Goku chase after him. Gotank's perfect fusion has to stop Broly. I'm just saying that could be a world where we might live in. Perfect fusion Gotanks versus legendary Super Saiyan Broly.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah, just spitballing if the Toyotaro's out there wants to steal some ideas or something. Just bring Cooler back, revive Raditz, and perfect fusion Gotanks. Thanks.
Okay. I might be getting a little too much dip on my ship here, Donald, but can I go? Just we're already going crazy.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So all that is happening, and Cooler is going wherever, and he phones to Frieza and says like it's time. Unleash him or something like that, and the chapter ends, and you don't see him, but you see a leg up on a rock, you see the band on his leg, and you can see the bottom of his long ass hair. Imagine Raditz is back.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say Janemba. I don't know why I don't know why you were gonna say Unleash Janemba.
Raditz kind of works here because he was Frieza Force, and I feel like you could spin it into something of him coming back and having trained this entire time.
Yeah. One last spin on it though.
Okay.
If I could just add one last spin. Frieza's like, Raditz, I didn't revive you for nothing. I need you to bring up our most elite space pirate force that I'm gonna have you lead. Okay. And Raditz is like, I can't believe you're gonna make me call those guys.
No.
Camera pans over to Bojack and his crew. They're also canon.
I thought you were bringing the Ginyu Force back, to be honest.
No, maybe we could do that too. And then it's Bojack versus Beast Gohan.
Oh my, dude! Wait! Have you seen what they did in Dokkan?
No,
with Beast?
No. Oh wait, yes, I did. He recreated like some of the moves.
He recreates the punch, the Bojack punch.
And that was foreshadowing for this upcoming arc.
What if that is not just a Dokkan animation and Bandai has seen what's happening next, and that's why they did that?
Yep, that's exactly what happened. They're foreshadowing.
I mean, I won't lie. Like, I know a lot of people don't want them to retread, things. And to be honest with you, the only real thing I want to grab from the movies and to bring back and all of that is really Cooler. I'm kind of whatever on on Bojack. Janemba was like a cool aesthetic, but like Janemba's just kind of like, I don't know. Janemba's, again, he's just cool for like his aesthetic, and that's about where it ends for me. So like I do want him to do the Cooler thing. Bojack though would kind of just be whatever for me. Like Bojack is what he is. I don't know. It gave us a really cool Gohan moment though. So that's cool. But
I agree. But I'm not gonna lie, I've turned on this. I definitely agree with you. I think Cooler is the only one I actually care about. Like Cooler coming back would be awesome. It would make sense. And it would just, I don't know. Cooler is sick. He should be real. But honestly, like, I think if they wanted some more ideas, like, I really don't mind the movie stuff being rewritten as canon, because the designs are tested. Like, I really don't, especially like if you wanted to do like another arc, maybe even get some other characters worked in, like a Janemba arc could be totally doable. Like, he's a cool character that makes sense. Like, he's a combination of all evil. Like, I think that would be sick. I guess, yeah, just to clarify, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. Retread all you want. I'm all in, bro. If the movie stuff comes back, if they go through every movie minus maybe Garlic Jr., I'm tapped in.
We are haters, bro. We are actual haters.
It's the one we've seen.
We are about to, by the way, we will be soon doing a rewatch of Turles and Wheelo to be like a double feature, probably back-to-back weeks of just like getting it to see our reactions to those movies, because those happen right after the Sand Saga. So
I'm excited for Turles.
Those will be seen. Those will be soon. But I guess just to clarify, I'm totally down with it. I think just for me, like let's just go through them real quick. Okay, so if I were to choose one, it would just be Cooler, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's think. So, okay, so Garlic Jr. Would you care if Garlic Jr. came back? I'm gonna say no.
No, I would be pissed. Okay. I think I'd actually be pissed.
Second movie is Dr. Wheelo. Do we really care about Dr. Wheelo coming back? Really?
I would be pissed. I would be more pissed than Garlic Jr.
Okay, then Turles, but Turles' base already been done because of Goku Black.
Yeah, a little bit. I wouldn't mind. I think Turles is the first one that I wouldn't mind, but I would be confused. I'd be like, okay, we kind of already did that, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. What if my little like fan fiction is Turles showing up and not Raditz? Would you kind of mad if they're doing that? Wouldn't you rather just be Raditz coming back?
I'd rather it be. I think in that case, I'd rather it just be Raditz.
Yeah,
I think that would make more sense than Turles.
Okay, next would be Slug.
I'd just be pissed. I don't think we need Slug.
Whatever. Then after that's Cooler. We both agree we want Cooler.
That's number one.
Yeah. Then would be Super Android 13. So Android 14, 15, and 13. I think that would be kind of a cool.
I think that'd be nice. I think that'd be okay. That one's okay. That one's a good like.
That's Goten and Trunks arc. That's how you introduce 21.
Oh, banger.
That's how you introduce 21. Then after that would be Broly, and we already got him. Then Bojack.
Broly would have been my number one if that didn't happen already.
If not for Broly already happening, he would be my number one too. Then we got Bojack, which you just basically I think confirmed. You like
Bojack could. The thing about Bojack is that could just so easily work. Like that could just be a member of Frieza's force.
And then we've got Broly again, and then Bio Broly, which no.
I mean, we're good. We don't need that no more.
Android or not Android. You just said Janemba. You're right. A Janemba side arc could be kind of fun, actually.
Janemba side arc could be really easy and fun.
And then last but not least, and I can already just confirm, yes, I loved this movie, Wrath of the Dragon with Rudagon and Minosha and Tapion and all that. That'd be a really cool, like
a little difficult to do, but I mean. The thing about that is we like the story has expanded so much like universe wise that it's not impossible. Like honestly, you could even do like a spin-off like where like maybe it's a Caulifla story and they run into him over there or something.
See, dude,
you could do it.
Not to come back to this Diamond discussion, but of all things to do, I swear I hope when we get through Diamond we're like, damn, that shit hit. But like I'll imagine a like you said, a hit side arc. Or a U6 Saiyan side arc, like almost.
Yeah, I mean, Though I just other characters would have been.
This ain't the episode to do that again. All right, Doto. I feel like we've talked enough about this. Both of us agree this is a really good chapter, but we have to give it a rating, Doto. We can't. We can't do a key moments podcast or something without giving it a proper key moments 1 through 10 scale rating
on the manga scale. You want to go first? Let me go first. I'm not gonna lie, this was a great chapter, good character moments. It's only brought down by the fact that the fight is kind of like, it's like a filler manga fight, not filler, but like nothing too crazy happens. Just like it's the dressing. It's just the beginning, I hope. And the fact that Carmine and Soldier 15 are here, which I couldn't care less. And the failed fusion. I know.
Respect on his name.
Let me give him a little bit of respect. So, and the fat Gotenks. It could have been I'm not gonna lie. This would have been a 9 if not for Fat Gotenks. Any other way they could have written it out, but I'm gonna go with an 8. I think this is a well-deserved 8. First score over a 6 for me in the manga since Superhero started. Easy. Things are looking up.
Doto, I think you gave the last episode.
I'm not counting that one then. What do I give that one? There's no way it should have been any more than a 7. And even that's pushing it. It should have been a 6.
I guess we didn't score the last one. So I guess we'll start with this one, which you just gave an 8. So I'll give it a 9. I raised up a 9.
Wow.
I actually enjoyed this.
All right.
So here's my thought process, and you kind of said it for me. I think that this is the icing on top of what if hopefully is about to be like just an absolute banger chapter. So I still really enjoyed this. I will say this. In retrospect, the Carmine and Android stuff, I was like, why are they coming? But then they didn't really bug me after that. But the Gotenks did take me out. I was like, why? Why did they have failed fusion again? So
Nano, hold on, let me just check you real quick. You said 9 on this one. You think it's making way for a great chapter next time. Are we gonna get a Nanogenix 10 for the manga before the Z rewatch?
Possibly.
You think that we're entering that territory? We might see a Nano 10?
Maybe.
Wow, that's big time,
dude.
That's huge.
Now, yeah, Doto, listen, man. Doto be giving out 10s all the time, bro. He gave out
you ain't lying. You would have a lie.
Y'all gotta be watching. Y'all gotta tap in on the Z rewatch. It has been a good time, and this episode of the pod has been a good time. But like I said, if you want to support the podcast, click the link in the description or find it over on the info tab, or just go to patreon.com/keymoments, become a key member, watch the bonus content, or click join on YouTube. DotoDoya, do you hear the music?
I hear it. It's coming in. It's coming in.
Man, it's been a great time, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Bye.